All right, let's design a background job processing system. The user flow is simple. The user signs up on your mobile app, the app confirms that the account is created, and the user can access the mobile app. So let's actually try building it, and I'll show you where it breaks at every step. Version 1, the naive approach. To sign up, the user adds their details and clicks the Submit button. The backend service called Account Setup creates the account, saves details in database, and then the Account Setup service calls Send Email service, and the email is sent immediately. After sending the email, the Account Setup confirms that the account is created. On your laptop, this works fine, but in the real world, the email service can take 2 seconds to send the email on a slow day, or the email service might be down. If you wait for the email to be sent, the user keeps staring at a please wait screen. And worse, if the email fails, the whole request fails. Version 2, add a queue. The account service in Backend doesn't wait for the email to be sent. It saves details in database and immediately confirms to the user that the account is created. And then the account service writes the job to a queue. A queue is like a waiting line for tasks, managed by a tool like SQS. A separate group of workers then picks up jobs from the queue and sends out the emails. Now the user gets a response in milliseconds because we are not dependent on email service anymore. But we have one problem here. The backend has to do 2 things: save the account to the database and write the job to the queue. If it saves the account to database but crashes before writing the job to queue, then the user's account is created, but they never gets the email. The fix is called the transactional outbox. Instead of writing to the queue directly, the backend writes the job into an outbox table in the same database transaction as the account. A separate process reads that outbox table and pushes the jobs to the queue. So in this case, either both the account and the job are saved, or neither is. But now we have a new problem. Let's say worker grabs a job from queue and starts sending the email, then crashes midway. The job was already removed from the queue the moment the worker picked it up, so we don't have job in queue and never sent an email. Version 3. Don't delete a job until it's complete. Good queues use a visibility timeout. When a worker grabs a job, the job isn't deleted. It's just hidden for a small duration, say 30 seconds. The worker deletes the job only after the email is truly sent. If the worker crashes, the job reappears in queue and another worker takes over, so nothing gets lost. But this fix creates its own problem, called at least once delivery. If the worker sends the email and then crashes right before deleting the job will reappear in queue, and a second worker picks it again and sends the email again. A duplicate welcome email is annoying, so your workers have to be idempotent. Each job carries a unique ID. The worker records that ID once the work finishes and skips any job ID they has already seen. Version 4. Handling job failure. Some jobs simply fail, maybe because the email is not valid or email is not reachable. You retry sending the email, but you can't retry forever, and you can't drop the job silently either. So after about 5 failed attempts, the job moves to a dead letter queue. Think of the dead letter queue as a parking lot for jobs that keep failing, where an engineer can examine the job, fix the problem, and run it again.